Yo, 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 what it do? What it be, y'all? It's your boy, Agent A&T, coming to y'all with a little Apex Legendary commentary and all that. And today we gonna be covering the war in Chiraq. We finally got to 2020, and honestly, it's been a terrible year if you're a drill fan. Before I get into what's happened in the last 6 months, let me start at the beginning of the year. And I kind of talked about this last video, but 2019 ended and 2019 started with a younger member from O Block dying, as TQ was killed in December and Jado was killed in February. And both were believed to be TW's work as Get Back for TB and Poppy. That's just speculation, but it's a theory that makes the most sense, especially because TW was woofing heavy right after Jado's death. And in January, Murder Town would take a big loss, as Curio, who was a beloved member and made a lot of cameo appearances in Timo's music video, was killed. And from what I've heard, it was a gun trade gone bad, or even a setup by Face World, who we'll talk more about in a minute. In July, we lost a drill legend when Trey Savage, who was an original Glow Gang GBE member, and low-key his song Savage Shit go crazy, but unfortunately he was shot and killed by Wiz City, dropping off or picking up his girlfriend. And his death is especially tragic because he'd been moved out the city, and he was originally from MTV, and MTV and Wiz City been ops since, before the whole drill music scene took off. And he was a big name at the wrong place at the wrong time, unfortunately, And on August 4th of this year, drill music lost another legend, and in my opinion, FBG Duck is still the biggest loss to the Chicago drill scene, and I'll get to more on that in a minute. But 2 months later, in October, Boss Smooth from 800, who was another big name that was around since, the drill scene had started, was killed allegedly by Face World 2. And just a month ago, I believe, we lost King Von, who was killed out of town by a member of Quando Rondo's crew, and allegedly it was actually Rondo's brother. And I just hope December is drama-free and everybody stays safe. But before I end this video, let me just discuss and kind of dive deeper into Duck and Von's deaths and what I've seen since both of them died and how I kind of see shit playing out. So, yes, unfortunately, FBG Duck was killed in front of the Dolce & Gabbana store in Chicago, and allegedly he was downtown shopping for his son's birthday. And there was an incident that happened before Duck was shot, and police were called to that location before everything happened. And what exactly happened is really unknown, but the strange thing is, police haven't announced any leads or, to my knowledge, even arrested anybody in connection to Duck's murder. And the even stranger thing is that after Duck's death, well, it's not really strange, but after Duck's death, O Block started to not only get heavy police presence, but the feds also got some brooms, and they've been sweeping Parkway Gardens ever since. They just, they're kind of investigating right now. So the block is really hot after Duck's death. So here's where things really start heating up. Like where we're at right now, more people are gonna die, except this shit actually might get news coverage because some people's favorite rappers are involved. And it's pretty much like Meek said, people gonna have to pick a side, because shit is about to get way deeper than rap. Like, just for a little bit of background, before Duck died, King Von and Lil Durk caught a murder case in Atlanta. And according to reports, they got Durk and Von on camera firing shots and driving away. And with that being said, as shitty as it is to say, they probably gonna pin the whole thing on Von. But the feds, in my opinion, are trying to build a case while they got Dirk under their belts, and then kind of try and do a sweep on O Block and lock some people up. That's just how I see shit playing out. But I'm just an outsider looking in. To think that there won't be retaliation behind Von's death, even with the feds breathing down their necks, like, something is bound to happen. Von dying was like Lil Reese or Dirk dying. They the bosses. They the breadwinners. Like, they the meal ticket. And even beyond that, King Von was the one. Like, Reese and Dirk been rapping from jump. They were probably shooters as shorties, but they hit fame before their 20s. While Keith, Dirk, and Reese were blowing up, T-Roy was putting in work. D-Rose was putting in work, and then he got locked for life. And Von was fighting a body. Same exact time. And then T-Roy gets killed, which I covered in a previous video. But Duck also went on live that same day T-Roy died, kind of playing dumb about the situation, but people were obviously celebrating in the background. And then fast forward, King Von gets out of jail, and no lie, I knew Von was gonna blow since Beat That Body dropped with Beizoo. And honestly, I wish Zoo made more music, but he's even admitted he's not really a rapper type. But I think Von saw that he could actually make it rapping and decided to stick with it. And it's crazy how in not even 2 years he was the next big thing out of Chicago. Like, yeah, Drilla, Rose, Timo, Ruga, and Lil Mo are coming up, but none of them got the support, the street. Well, I mean, they got the street cred, but they don't have all three. They ain't got the support, the street cred, or the consistency that Von does. Von was just dropping shit left and right, whereas, Drilla was dropping shit, but he wasn't doing numbers like that. Same thing with Rose. Rose can actually rap. I think he talented. A lot of people don't like how like the new Rose and how he been rapping, but I fuck with Rose. I think him and Drilla make fire music together, no cap. But the same thing with Ruga and Lil Mo. They hot and they doing numbers, but they don't really drop projects, and they're not really consistent like that. Which I know I hope that changes, because they talented as fuck. But Ruga and Lil Mo might be next up if they stay consistent like they have been, dropping just bangers. But Timo trash to me. Rose and Drilla are good, but Rose don't drop music consistently. Plus, he locked for a body right now. Same thing with Drilla. Drilla was getting better, but now he locked up for a minute. I don't think he locked for a body. I think he locked for something different, but yeah. And now all the 051 members, as far as rappers, are all they got is Uchi and Lady SK. Montana locked, Drilla locked, Rose locked. They... And Uchi and Lady SK barely drop music as it is, so basically Von did what Mimo was trying to do, except, he didn't have like the over the top antics and disses. I mean, he was dissing, but I mean, Mimo was just kind of he was just out there with it, but Von and Duck were playing chess with each other. Von hopped on the Exposing Me remix, and then Duck and Ruga did it and shattered their numbers. And then Von started the whole We Not From 63rd movement and trend, after Crazy Story blew up. And it was on from there, and even before that. And then Von dropped his mixtape, which did better than any of Duck's projects commercially. And he even dissed Wooski, which it's really crazy. Like, just a little side note, it's really crazy in my opinion that Mimo and Wooski outlived Duck and Von. Like, I don't root for nobody to die, but Mimo don't move like Duck or Von or even Wooski. But it's crazy that if O Block really did kill Duck and do the funeral shooting, and they set that precedent that anyone could get it anytime and anywhere. That's why I said Duck was the biggest death, and it's not a competition, who had the most impact. But I saw Duck grow as an artist, from 2014, even before then. What he dropped for E-Day Is You Serious in 2012, 2013, something like that. And I saw King Von, he came home and he became the hottest freshman in the game, damn near. But the difference between them is Duck worked, to not only put himself on, but everybody else. Like Cloudboy, he was putting Dutchy on, he was putting Cash on. Cash got out and was dropping shit, and Duck was doing shit with little to no promo or radio play or nothing. Like, meanwhile, like Vaughn pretty much got out and got handed a decent gig fresh out of jail. Dirk, one of the hottest, artists in the nation. And he already had a dope cosign. He already had, a little gig waiting on him. And now that was up to him if it didn't work out to a certain extent. But it's not like, he had a good little following from jump. He had a good little support system from jump. But Vaughn dying was sad as fuck because of the potential he had, but Reese and Dirk are still close to O Block and 600. They gonna be alright. Duck's death left the whole FBG in question musically. I mean, they all make decent music, but it's not like you could just replace the leadership and like the charisma that Duck had, and the years, Duck built for years. You can't replace, what he built. You could try and build on it, but you can't. All his hard work, you can't replace that. Getting signed by Sony and all that. Pretty much by himself too. But like Duck was the head honcho. Duck was the closest thing we got to a leader in this new age of shorties, and this and that. Duck was the closest thing to a leader. And if I'm being honest with Duck and Vaughn's death, that was pretty much any chance of trying to end the violence for the foreseeable future gone. Like, it's not like it was in talks or even close with Vaughn merching and smoking on Tuka and Duck dropped dead bitches right before he died. But if there was any people that could sit down and work shit out that most people would listen to, it would be Duck and Vaughn. But it wasn't meant to be, and maybe it never will be, because it's not like STL is like, oh man, Vaughn got killed out of town, well then we're even now. No, STL still thirsty for revenge for Duck. And now Dirk and OTF got to worry about ops in their own city, as well as feds watching them, as well as whatever the continuous fallout from this tragic King Von situation as it continues to unravel. Which I hope cooler heads prevail. But I mean, with Vaughn's autopsy pictures getting leaked, I don't think there's any coming back from that. It don't matter who was supposed to do what, or what was and what wasn't supposed to happen. That could be said for a lot of these deaths. And some fans, like just like me, outsiders whose knowledge of these situations come from secondhand, they get on the internet and ask, oh, how come so and so ran on Vaughn, or they smoking dead guys they never met, like they smoking new Vaughn pack in the air. You're not even from Chicago, bro. Like, do y'all know what it means to be neutral? Like, more people gonna die behind this, whether it be an artist you like or dislike. It might not even be a rapper. Vaughn's killer wasn't no rapper. Duck's killers wasn't no rappers. Some people think this shit is a game or like a movie, like Vaughn was supposed to have his shields up, or where the fuck was O-Block to get his 6? Like, some of these people not only never been out the state, they legally can't leave their state. But y'all want the whole Parkway Gardens and King Drive and Lamron to just be out here like a biker gang having rallies and shit or something. Like, no. Come to the concerts, stream the music, support the artists, because at this point you don't know how long they're gonna be here. Cause everybody want to be that guy with a big rapper under their Gucci belt. It ain't even just Chicago no more. Look at that shit with TBG and NBA, 4KT, BBG, whatever set YoungBoy is with right now, whatever they call themselves. And look at the Woo and the Chos out in New York, which is kind of Bloods and Crips versus GDs. But regardless, since 2012 when Dirk dropped L's Anthem and Keep dropped Left Sosa, this drill shit took off. Look at all the rappers that's left since that era. We got Dirk, Keef, Reese, Herb, and Bibby. Herb, Bibby, and Keef moved the fuck out of Chicago. They've been in situations here and there, but if they stayed in Chicago, would they still be alive? You can't even tell me they would for sure. Fredo dead. Reese got shot. Lil J, Rondo, C-Day, Killer Kells locked up. E-Day still driving trucks. No, but for real, E-Day still alive. He's still here. At the dead or in jail, compared to rappers that are even alive from that era to now, it's honestly sad if you look at that ratio. So much potential, so much music. It's all so much. So many dead young men in a cyclone of revenge and murder lost to the streets. Not even artists. Like, shit, these are people. Like, these are people's kids. Like, these are young men. Most of these motherfuckers ain't even 25. They didn't like, I'm 24 right now. They ain't even most of them didn't even get to make it to see my age type shit. Like, that shit crazy. And it's just back and forth, continuous. This shit has no foreseeable, ending in sight. And yeah, they diss each other and smoke dead ops, and then they tragically die. And as much as people want to put all the blame on the fans for, oh, y'all are hyping this up, like, you can't. Everybody want to be rich. They seen how Chief Keef blew up, dissing dead guys on Twitter. Oh, my Twitter was hacked. He set that precedent. Everybody want to make it out the hood and be the famous rapper, the next Chief Keef. Everybody want to blow up. Look at Drilla. He got street fame before he ever got the rap fame, and he used his street fame to be a rapper. I'm not saying Dirk and Keef and them didn't work hard and hustle and network. Because ultimately, you got to do that to be successful. But, I mean, look, like, to just be comfortable nowadays costs a lot. Even if you're just the average motherfucker like me. But nobody want to live in a rat or roach-infested housing projects. Some are comfortable in a 2-bedroom house and don't want much in life. But imagine someone who's grown up in a rat and roach-infested housing projects and been around gangbanging and drug dealing and people going to jail and dying and getting killed around them. And that's all they know. And then when they turn 18, give them $250,000 and say, hey, well, you're a star now. Have fun. Figure that shit out. Don't get in any trouble. Like, these guys are the biggest and baddest, city slickers in their respective saloons. Like, Youngboy beat a body, just like Vaughn. And y'all talking about so-and-so scared of him because he do this and he hang with him. Like, bro, that's everywhere now. Jimmy Wappo was getting motherfuckers gone in Pittsburgh before he got caught. Like, it's everywhere. It's not just, Chicago. Yeah, Chicago got the highest murder rate. But it's not like, we just seen it. In Atlanta. It's not known for, it got tough motherfuckers. It got gangs. It got ghettos and hoods. But it's not like on Chicago's level. It's more known for music than anything. Ooh, y'all see that shot, bro? I'm nasty, bro. But but yeah, like, it's all about playing it safe while risking it all for the bag. Like, it's a light balance, especially in rap. Because, like I said, you don't see this shit in any other genre. Like, R.I.P. King Von, R.I.P. Duck. It's a vicious cycle. But motherfuckers is going to jail or getting nailed behind both of y'all. Like, and I made a commitment to cover this shit with neutrality and facts. And I'm going to hold myself to that. Because these young men deserve to have their stories told. Because the system was rigged against them from the start. And again, like R.I.P. to all the Chiraq veterans, free all the guys, and all that. And you know, before I get out of here, like I said, it's gonna be more motherfuckers dying before shit is ever okay. You know, like you still got Quando Rondo's people woofing. You still got, you know, Oblak Muwap just started to rap, you know, trying to take, you know, Vaughn's place. You got Dirk who just did, you know, like a tribute to him. Like, and supposedly from what I understand or from what I was reading, Vaughn and Quando Rondo are supposed to be out Rolling Loud this year, 2021, or next year, 2021.
All right, we'll just wait for the next.
Whether or not that's true, I don't know. But if it is, I mean, that's going to be really interesting. I mean,
On top?
and I mean, who's to know? I mean, even before Rolling Loud hits, who's to know where this trial with Dirk goes? And if Dirk gets locked up or anything like that. Because like I said, I think they're going to try and pin the whole thing on Vaughn. You know, because he's gone or whatever. But if I heard they got Dirk on camera shooting. Or it's just one of them is on camera shooting, but who knows? But honestly, it's sad, but at the same time, you kind of see, you know, you kind of see their point of view and shit. Because what would you do if someone killed, you know, your meal ticket? Or, you know, they grew up with this guy. You know, it's not like you just met him. These guys grew up in Oblak. You know, King Von was giving back to the hood, giving money and shit. You know, it's not like he wasn't just, you know, hiring random guys. These guys watched one of their best friends die in front of him. And it was what? It was Boss Top's birthday or some shit like that. And shit just went left. And, you know, like, motherfuckers could say all they want, like, oh, Quando. If it was Quando, you know, y'all would be applauding King Von, this and that. No. You can't say that. You can't say what people would have been doing because that's not what happened. You can't make up these if that's not what happened, though.
No.
What happened is Quando Rondo was getting punched on. And now motherfuckers is like, oh, well, you got self-defense because they was jumping motherfuckers. Like, I don't know. I mean, I was reading a little bit of the self-defense laws in Georgia or whatever. And the self-defense law is if someone around you feel threatened or whatever, you know, you can use action. But I don't know how it is if you already have a case against you because apparently Quando's brother, Leaks or whatever, Timothy Leaks, he already had a pending case for a weapon. So I'm kind of like confused as to how that plays into everything. Because if you already have a case against you, you know, I'm pretty sure, and if you're not supposed to have a gun in the first place and you use a gun, like regardless if it was self-defense or not, I don't, you know, it's not okay. It's still illegal. But I don't know. I don't know I'm not a lawyer, although everybody seems to be one nowadays. But yeah, I got like 47 seconds left though. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. I got this video. I got a history mystery video, American Revolution video dropping soon. I got more hot content dropping soon, so stay tuned. It's been your boy, Agent A&T, repping the Spell Block Agency. Leave a like, subscribe, ring the damn bell. You see, we the champion squad, gang, bitch, we don't play. And yeah, but be safe out there, y'all. Don't get smoked. And I'm out. Peace.
Fuck your homie, dead. My boy Juicy. Yeah, bro's a god.